Empires throughout history have risen and fallen. This is a recurring pattern. They are often characterized by military might, economic dominance, and cultural influence. However, the seeds of their decline are often sown at the zenith of their power. Overexpansion, internal strife, and the rise of competing powers are common factors. The Roman Empire, for instance, succumbed to a complex interplay of economic woes, political instability, and barbarian invasions. Today, the United States, often dubbed the American Empire, faces questions about its own trajectory. Is it, like its historical predecessors, on a path of inevitable decline? While drawing definitive conclusions is premature, there are undeniable signs of strain. The U.S. is grappling with political polarization, economic anxieties, and the rise of new global players. The concept of American decline is not new. It has been a recurring theme in academic and political discourse for decades. However, the events of recent years, from the 2008 financial crisis to the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, have added a sense of urgency to the debate. The COVID-19 pandemic further exposed vulnerabilities in the U.S. healthcare system and social safety net. While the U.S. remains a formidable power, its ability to shape the world according to its own vision is arguably waning. The rise of China, in particular, poses a significant challenge to American hegemony. As the world becomes increasingly multipolar, the U.S. will need to adapt to a new reality where it is no longer the sole superpower. Comparisons between the U.S. and ancient Rome are tempting, but imperfect. Both empires achieved remarkable feats of engineering, military prowess, and cultural influence. Yet their internal dynamics differed significantly. Rome was built on a foundation of slavery and conquest, while the U.S., at least nominally, espouses ideals of democracy and equality. Despite these differences, there are striking parallels in their decline. Both empires grappled with overexpansion, stretching their resources thin in futile attempts to maintain control over vast territories. The Roman legions were bogged down in distant provinces, while the U.S. military has been embroiled in costly and inconclusive wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Furthermore, both empires experienced a decline in civic virtue and a rise in corruption. The Roman Senate, once a bastion of Republican values, became a hotbed of intrigue and self-dealing. Similarly, the U.S. political system is plagued by partisan gridlock, lobbying influence, and a growing disconnect between the ruling class and the ruled. However, it is crucial to acknowledge the resilience of the American spirit and its capacity for reinvention. The U.S. has weathered storms before, from the Civil War to the Great Depression. Its ability to adapt and reform will be critical in determining its future trajectory. The 21st century has witnessed a seismic shift in the global balance of power. The rise of Asia, led by China, is reshaping the geopolitical landscape. China's economic miracle, fueled by its massive manufacturing base and growing technological prowess, has propelled it to the forefront of the world stage. The US dollar, long the world's reserve currency, is facing increasing competition from the Chinese yuan and other emerging currencies. This shift reflects a broader trend of declining US influence in global finance and trade. The rise of regional trading blocs and alternative financial institutions further erodes the dominance of the Bretton Woods system, established by the US after World War II. Moreover, the US is grappling with a growing list of domestic challenges including income inequality, political polarization, and crumbling infrastructure. These internal fissures weaken its ability to project power abroad and maintain its global leadership role. The US military, while still the most powerful in the world, is facing challenges from rising powers like China and Russia, who are investing heavily in advanced military technologies. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan have also taken a toll on US military readiness and morale. The world is in a state of flux, transitioning from a unipolar system dominated by the US to a more multipolar order. This does not necessarily mean the end of American power, but it does suggest a need for adjustment. The US can no longer dictate the terms of global engagement. The rise of China, in particular, presents both challenges and opportunities. China's growing economic and military might make it a competitor, but also a potential partner in addressing global challenges like climate change, pandemics, and nuclear proliferation. The US must abandon its Cold War mentality and embrace a more nuanced approach to foreign policy. This will require engaging with China and other rising powers from a position of strength, but also with a willingness to compromise and cooperate. The future of the American empire remains uncertain. While its decline is not inevitable, it is facing unprecedented challenges. Whether the U.S. can adapt to this new reality and maintain its global standing will depend on its ability to address its internal divisions, revitalize its economy, and forge a new path in a world where it is no longer the sole superpower.